Okay, so this is going to be a special, extra long ramble video because I have the time right now, and I didn't have the time a month ago to respond to every stupid troll that I got attacking me on my video, White Olympians for my MarmiteMan4. Now, after I made this video, MarmiteMan4 had his video flagged down, which please don't flag down the stupid videos on YouTube. Other people might want to pwn them. You know, it's kind of like when you're chicken necking for crabs and you're trying to catch these crabs. If you see an egg sac on the bottom, you throw that shit back. Same thing with crawfish. You want there to be more stuff out there for other people. You know? If you see a pregnant fish, I don't know, I don't really fish that much, but if you knew that the fish had an egg sac in it, you should throw it the fuck back so that the lake will always be stocked. Same thing with stupid, racist videos. Leave them up so that everyone else can yell at them. Okay, so after MarmiteMan4 got flagged, actually he was false DMCA'd, which is a tad bit worse. He's fighting it right now, but he's privated all of his videos, probably because he was, you know, up there in strike count. All videos have been placed on private until further notice, he says, right here, right? And he wants people to follow him on Twitter for updates. That was a month ago. And of course, YouTube takes their sweet-ass time in figuring out if somebody's DMCA claim is actually appropriate or not. You know? Please! We could have had 4 or 5 stupid videos from MarmiteMan4 to pwn. And now we don't, because one of you fuckers flagged his shit down or DMCA'd his shit. And now we have to wait. He's not coming back until he's got a better strike count. Fuck you guys. Okay, so that was a month ago. He leaves, but he doesn't take his trolls with him because on my video, the view count goes up to like 1,045, right? That's what it's at right now. There's 383 comments. Some of these comments are still coming in, right? They're still, you know, it's like they're late to the game, but they're just as stupid, and so they gotta showcase it. So, without further ado, I'm going to read down all of these stupid fucking comments and see if I can come up with any sort of response. Some of them are so stupid, they just, they stand alone by themselves. You don't have to say anything. Like, German Empire rules. He says, LOL, so fucking dumb. He doesn't say what he thinks is dumb. Maybe me, maybe MarmiteMan4, I don't know. He says German Empire rules, not UK Empire. I don't know what MarmiteMan4 considers his race. Sometimes it's a little weird, these raced realists and what they consider their race. Lox J. He says, you clearly want to suck MarmiteMan4's white cock. How do you know it's white? Seriously. Did you go down on MarmiteMan4? He could be an albino Mexican. You don't know. You don't know. You know, and seriously, he looks like pedo jailbait, and I wouldn't even pass him off to my friends that actually swing that way because of that. I don't know how old he is, but Black Sorcery Shop, he says, Agent of Doubt is a pedo, I knew it. Post this comment 100 times and it will become reality. And then he does the little smiley ball face. Thank you very much. By the way, in the description box, I'm going to leave the link to how to sort this by thread. You guys can follow along with me. I might skip some parts that you guys want to read. X Zelmarco CFCXX says, "This is all over Olympians, right? It seems to me that all this guy and MarmiteMan do is wank off to the swastika all day, but that might just be me exaggerating things a little bit." Yeah, I was arguing against MarmiteMan4 in his bigotry towards anyone but white people representing Great Britain. And then this guy, First Worlder. "The only sport blacks can do are those involving short distance runs. You can watch whites and Asians in strength, swimming, and coordination events. Soccer, basketball, lacrosse, and hockey are all basically the same game, but as there is a shift of importance on short distance runs to upper body strength, the sport gets whiter." The fuck? No. And then somebody wants to know about boxing. It's so stupid. And they're arguing Vladimir Klitschko is somehow evidence of somebody who's now dominating who isn't black in boxing. Fuck. Anyways, next guy. "What an anti-white American dickhead, fuck you." I kinda consider myself Caucasian. I'm not really anti myself. No. I'm anti-fucktard. And don't like it when people who are white or any other color kind of don't represent their race well by being fucktarded. You know? But it's not really about race. It's just anyone. Just don't be a fucktard. Now this one right here, it's been flagged as spam. Please don't flag comments as spam. Leave them the fuck out there. Okay. Anti-racist is a code word for anti-white. You know what? No. Spam that one because I've heard that like fucking 10 times in the comments I did check. Yeah, that is spam. Anti-racist is anti-white. No. There's racists of all sorts of different colors. And we pick on all of them. We do. I just made a video to Tommy Sotomayor. You know, it's just a few videos back on my channel. Anti-racist is anti-white. It's anti-white people wanting to do whatever they want and not wanting people of other color to be racist while they can be racist. I'm not in favor of white people having some sort of privilege to be racist and everybody else not. Fuck you, Alpha Man 7100. And we're not even past like the first page of this shit, people. Here's an option for you guys. Opt out right now, and I won't. In any other video, I won't say. Remember that time in that really long video that I said blah 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 blah. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I promise. I will just, not talk about this shit ever again. If you want to opt out right now, it will never ever come back up some other time. Everybody take a pee break. I'm going to get a bottle of water. Got this difficult to open bottle of water. Okay, I'm back. And we are reading Trace McKenzie 2009. Listen, stop donating any further time to Marmite. Shite for? He's a loner who spends all of his time in his bedroom. Oh shit. That's me too. Isolated from the local community because everyone hates him. Fuck me, that's me too. I'm an atheist and I live down the street from Focus on the Family. Damn it. He has no friends. Well, a lot of people tell me I don't have any friends, but I do think that I have friends. He is also physically inadequate at 5 foot tall and weighing just 98 pounds. I wish. No. Wow. At least I'm not puny. It's just his way of venting inferiority and insecurity onto the world. You're better off talking about somebody else. Or something else. I talked about it once, and I got 383 comments. And I think you're right. You're so right, because I got 383 comments of shit. Next comment. Sellouts and brainwashed morons like this faggot need a good bitch slapping. Would you say a word opposing a Negro who was in favor of Negroes in the Olympics? No, because you are a piece of shit. Spit the Negro cock out of your mouth and come up for air. I believe this guy's name is Brings Heap to Slaughter. Brings Heap to Slaughter? Bring sheep to slaughter. Ah, I get it. Okay. So, would I say a word opposing a Negro who was in favor of Negroes in the Olympics? I said a word against somebody who was for excluding people who weren't white from representing his country. He wasn't in favor of white people representing his country. He wants to exclude the rest. Okay? If there's somebody who's happy that someone of their race gone into the Olympics, that's fine, as long as they're willing to accept that someone of any sort of color could have been, naturalized as a citizen into their country and could represent them in the Olympics, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's no race that has some sort of right to a GPS coordinate on the fucking earth. I could go represent Ghana, and it wouldn't be wrong as long as I was a citizen of Ghana. I don't know what I would represent them in. If there was like Olympic tug of war, I would be a Gerda anchor. Maybe there's Olympic chess in the future. I don't know. Let's see. Bigoted ideologies, and in quotations. That's something I said. Haha, yeah, right. Like wanting the best for your racial genetic in its own domain is bigoted. The Caucasoid should ideally be representing Great Britain in the Olympics. Yes, why? Because that's nature. It was meant to be. However, the Negroid is a great racial being. Their superiority physically makes them awesome athletes. I don't suppose you will complain and call this bigoted, Agent of Doubt. Yeah, I didn't think so. Anti-racism is code word for anti-white. Yes. That is spam. That one phrase is fucking spam. It shows up so many places. And it's so stupid, but here we go. The Caucasoid should ideally be representing Great Britain in the Olympics. Yes, why? Because that's nature. It was meant to be. No. How about this? Climates change, and have for thousands of years. The color of people that have been on that island could have been changing for a very long time. Maybe the extinct Neanderthals should be representing someplace if you think that racially we should be tied to fucking GPS coordinates on the fucking earth. You know who should be representing Great Britain? Ideally, Mr. Sparrow Patria, ideally, it's whoever fucking lives there and then beats out everyone else. And if you guys live next to someone who is a Negroid and they beat out everyone else in the country, and that person is a citizen of Great Britain, then that person should ideally represent them. Okay, so next. This guy named Revolutionist12 says, 1,200 uploads, get a life, loser. And I remember this one because I actually responded to it. I said, that's just one channel. I do have more channels than that. And do you really think that being dedicated to something is the makings of a loser? What would you call those who mock people for being dedicated? And let's see. There's also 0 uploads, get a camera, loser, and get a life, you fucking racist loser. And that one got like 4 up thumbs. So my own response did not get more up thumbs than dollar bills. Thank you, dollar bills, for stealing my fucking thunder. So White Genetics, a guy who just has a channel name called White Genetics, wonder what that's about. He uses this as an opportunity to respond to me because I made a comment on my own video, which is stupid because then they can do the whole @AgentOfDoubt thing. Why is it that nobody calls Chinese or Japanese racist if they want to keep their nations East Asian, or nobody says racist if Africans want to keep their nations black and for the African people, but when whites want to keep their nations white and Europeans scream racist, Nazi? It's very unfair double standard, but hey, I guess anti-racism is code and it means anti-white most of the time. There it is again! That is a spam fucking sentence. Shit! Okay, so, I will tell you that I have called out racism. In my own life, even before I came to YouTube, I've called out racism in other countries when I saw it. One happened when I was shopping with 2 other soldiers, and one was white and one was black, and the soldier who was black, he was walking like 2 steps ahead of me and my other friend, and he went into a shirt store and asked the ajumma, this was in Korea, he asked the ajumma behind the counter how much for a shirt in there, and they were silk shirts, and she told him 20,000 won, and he looked at her and he's like, that's too much, and he walks out. So I was looking at some of the different patterns on the shirts, and I pointed to a different shirt, but it was on the same wall, right? And I asked the lady how much for that shirt, and she looked at me and she said, I give it to you for anything on this wall, I give it to you for 15,000 won. Right? And that actually included the shirt that my other friend had just asked about, and he wasn't there to see it, but I got a deal for being white. He got screwed with the price he was given for being black, and this was a Korean person doing it. This Korean person didn't like black people, so my other friend and I, we walked out of the store because we were not happy that we saw that racism right there, and she didn't make her sale, even though it was a nice shirt. This was the difference between in price, if you were to do a conversion at the time, it was the difference between $20 and $15. That was around the same, like 10,000 won was about $10. Also, I got angry at someone in my family for calling my sister La Cholita. She was born in Panama, and Cholita means half-breed. And they mean it lovingly, but there is a sort of like, you are less genuine because you are not all one color. So, yeah. I have had problems with other countries and their racism, and I do call it out. I just called out this racism at this moment with MarmiteMan4. Just a couple videos ago, I called out Tommy Sotomayor. Or Sotomayor, sorry. Fucking Wagner. Getting in my head with the whole Freudian slips. Thank you, Gunderson, for also addressing Mr. White Genetics. Now, Watershed44, he says, except you need to know that the people that covet the name Jew today are neither Jewish nor from the tribe of Judah. They are Asiatic mongrels called Ashkenazis from Khazaria. And I don't know what the fuck that has to do with my video. And why are you tracing the lineage of Jew people? Why? Let's see. The anti-white racist spammers here prove that the globalist Kabbalists and their Ashkenazi fake Jew partners in crime fear us. So be it. Quaking in their boots, false Jew megaphone is failing. I hope they run back to Khazaria, the spawning grounds for the human version of parasites we all know as Jews, Ashkenazis. Dude. Wow, you are so down the fucking rabbit hole. I don't even think medication can help you out there, man. That is some real racist bullshit. Now, Alex Forrest says, I just checked Team Great Britain and it looks like more than 90% of the team are what I would call white. I would say that my numbers were about the same, Alex. The only events where you're going to get blacks competing are the running events and boxing. What I did object to, though, was the Team Great Britain strip, which is crap. It has to be said, though, that neo-Nazis like MarmiteMan4 seem to have this strange obsession with blue or green eyes and fair hair. It's a Nazi thing, I think. Yeah, I actually had to ask Michelle Knight what a chav was when I saw that comment the first time. That was a month ago that I saw it, but I asked her recently because I knew I was going to be doing this video, and I didn't want to say chav if I didn't know what it meant. And after I learned what it meant, I think I got rid of 2 or 3 things that are tweed out of my closet. Yeah, then he gets into a fight with Lord Angus, and then Gunderson fights with them. Gosh, this is so... It's so horrible that there are this many stupid people in the world. I like this. Gunderson says, "You, English, learn." I'm just going to pass all of this back and forth between Lord Angus and Gunderson, because Gunderson really did his best here. Let's see. Lord Angus leaves me a comment, and it goes, Jews hate white people, always have and always will. Blacks don't even hate whites as much as Jews hate whites. Would you like to tell me why they hate whites above all other races they exploit? The reason they hate whites above all is they realize the white people are smart enough collectively to see their theories and myths and utter bullshit. Also, it's because they've been banned from 109 different nations. That's why it's important for them to scream, "We have been victims of anti-Semitism," every 2 seconds. Wow. It's like, Lord Angus, it's like you actually served in the cabinet of Hitler. You know? It's, how can you be this brainwashed into racism if you weren't actually in the employ of the Nazis? I have no fucking clue how you got that distorted of a vision of the world. Holy shit. Continued. Interestingly enough, the Jewish trick of claiming victims seems to have worked, and some people believe them. Hard not to when they dump millions of dollars into producing movies like Schindler's List and a slew of other myths and fantasies. But this all being said, they thought for a moment, let's teach blacks, gays, Mexicans, and all others that they also have been victims. It may help subdue our white enemies. And so the story goes right up until present day. Wow. Is this still going to be the story when white people are the minority in any country that they're in? Or do the white people then, as a minority, get to, like, shed this and then give it to whoever's in the majority? So that the Jews hate the new majority people? Or... what? How can you think that Jews dying in concentration camps is a lie? You know you can actually go physically see the crematoriums, right? There's video footage of them using them. They made the footage them goddamn selves. Shit, dude. It's not like other countries were filming them when they were fucking gassing and burning Jews. They made the fucking footage them goddamn selves. You know, it's not, no one was fucking faking the shit. This is real fucking shit that they made them fucking selves. Damn. Relic 31486 says, judging by Marmie's complexion, I'm guessing anything darker than Casper is not white enough. Wow. Texmosis says, man, you'd think these so-called white revolutionaries would actually go to the streets and have a revolution instead of crying like pussies all over YouTube. Nope, they just sit in their winery crybaby asses all day. White pride equals pussy pride. Damn. Okay. 2 million Tea Party took to the streets with marches including Washington, D.C. Not much coverage in press, though. The Zionist Rothschilds bought Reuters over a century ago. That's what 53 United says to Texmosis. And I'm like, okay, so the Tea Party was supposed to be a white pride march? I thought it was about taxes. The fuck? You know, the problem is I didn't get the real memo that 53 United got. You know, when I went to go film their stuff. I'll have to ask one of my friends who's a Tea Party organizer if he has a hard time getting pressed because the Zionist Rothschilds are keeping the story from getting out. Texmosis says, Zionists? LOL, no man. I'm pretty sure it was the mole people who live below the Earth's surface. They've been at war with the Care Bears for centuries. Oh, man. Okay. Fast forward past Texmosis versus 53 United. Only, I'm going to tell you guys that Lord Angus jumps in there for a little, and it was a good back and forth. Like here, where Texmosis says, "Oh no, the big bad Jew is going to get me. Help, help. I don't know how to build a house of bricks. I'm doomed." Ah! Jumps out the window. Watershed 44 says, the only people that can eliminate the human parasite called Jews, which are the Ashkenazis, are the white race. And these kikes know it. LOL. I wonder if Watershed 44 had the intelligence to be able to make a potion that would wipe out every bit of Ashkenazi, Jewish, or fake Jew, or whatever he's calling them, genetics. If he made this potion and a little bit of it, like, spilled from his flask and it touched his own hand, would it kill him? Because we're not that genetically different from one another, us human beings, you know? There's, on a genetic level, I'm betting something that the Jews have that Watershed 44 hates is something that is in him right now. And then somebody flagged him as spam. The globalist cabal is finished. The fuck is the globalist cabal? What? Shonal ends mommy equals part of the Jew megaphone. What fucking megaphone do Jews have? You're part of the racist megaphone. Damn it. Let's see. The anti-white racist spammers here prove that the globalist, Kabbalists, and their Ashkenazi fake Jew partners in fear crime. You're just fucking pasting the same fucking bullshit. What the fuck? Again, anti-whatever you guys are saying, this bullshit, does not mean that I hate white people. No. I would hate for white people to be spewing bullshit like this, because it's stupid. Mr. Godby here says, wow, this thread has some of the dumbest comments I've ever read anywhere. Globalist, Kabbalists, and white supremacy? What a bunch of twits. Yeah, I'm going to up-thumb that. Yay. Gunderson says, I wish I could up-thumb your comment twice. The globalist cabal is finished. He's spamming me with the same fucking shit. He is spam. How do I mark him as spam? Flag for spam? I don't want to flag it. I don't want him to get, like, anything happen to his account. But shit. MarmiteMan4 is really a monarchist, a colonialist, an imperialist, and most of all, a social Darwinist. It should be England, not Great Britain at the Olympics. And you want me to watch this thing that shows me that it should be England and not Great Britain. No thank you. I'm going to pass. Black Sorcery Shop got spam. He told someone to keep preaching, you pedo Arab. Okay. Then another white rabbit got flagged as spam. Dude, if I uncover all of these flagged as spams and I don't find anti-racist is anti-white, I'm going to be mad because you guys are spamming things that other people can point and laugh at. That's why I didn't just fucking private the video, is to leave it up there and have everyone be able to point and laugh at all this bullshit. Okay, another white rabbit says, Africa for the Africans, Asia for the Asians, white countries for everyone, because diversity really just means fewer white people. Let's get on with a consistent message, people. Anti-racist is just code word for anti-white. Ah! You guys did flag it for spam for a reason. Fuck me. Ah. Jay Resgy. He says, I want to make sure I got all the categories so our rainbow will be seen on a globe. Do not feed the goddamn trolls. A good troll remains so obviously make no conspicuous, make no effort. He does it because it's annoying and it makes me want to shit on the troll's face. Anger and hate parag. What? Okay. I'm always curious when I hear white country. I am going to start asking which countries are white countries. With that knowledge, what are the rest of the countries? Are there black countries? And if so, which countries are black countries? Finally, what are the rest considered? Brown, have the racists stopped arguing and start barbecuing. Watershed 44 is again screaming that those who falsely call themselves Jews are the Khazars. So, I guess all this time I have been misunderstanding the new racists. The new racists don't hate Jews. They hate the Khazars. The Khazars have just stolen the name Jew because they want to be Jewish, because that would be the better thing to be because it's so not hated all over the world. Okay? Fucktard. I never see any of these so-called anti-racist bleeding hearts on any of the South African videos that shows people's kids cut up into many parts, raped and so on. Fuck you guys and your double standards, pricks. That's got 7 up thumbs. But I have been on some South African videos, especially ones showing female genital mutilation. I have commented quite a lot. Not in the past year, but I've been on YouTube for a very long time, and there was also some witch hunt videos that were popular a couple months ago that I was really condemning everyone on there. Let's see. Scott Pastry says, sounds like a certain man supports affirmative action at the Olympics. No. No. I support whoever beats out everyone else at the trials gets to represent their country. That's what I support. White 14-man. 1 month ago he says, I'm not a neo-Nazi who wants to kill 6 million Jews just because I'm proud of my culture and heritage. I love my ancestors and my kin. My grandfather fought in World War II against the Nazis. Now why the hell would I associate myself with the Nazis after all they did? Proud white folks who associate themselves with Nazis are idiots and are just reinforcing the stereotype. Fuck Nazism, but white pride all the way. So, okay, the name Nazi is bad, but everything that you stand for that just happens to be the same fucking shit that they stood for, that shit is okay. Urgh. Wow. More white 14 man. I'm no racist, but I do believe white pride should be accepted, just like black pride and Asian pride and Mexican pride and native pride is accepted. If what he meant by white pride actually meant what these other people said by pride, and I don't actually ever see anyone saying Asian pride, you know, but I have seen Mexican pride and native pride in my state. When a black person says he's proud of his skin color / heritage, do you automatically call him a racist? The hypocrisy of this is astounding. I just can't understand why proponents of diversity cannot see this hypocrisy. Just because I'm proud doesn't mean I'm racist. Your kind accuse us of stereotyping when stereotyping is all your kind do. I promise to look at ourselves and figure out what you mean by what our kind. When you say your kind, I will try to figure that out, and then when I figure out how we're stereotyping racist people, I'll take a look and see if I want to change. Promise. And then Gunderson and Tabinsu talk about how these guys think that white people have undergone horrible persecution. The Tartar yoke in Russia, the white slaves of antiquity all the way to today, or the Holodomor. I've never heard of the Holodomor. The Inquisition, the brutality of countless states, or even World War I's and II's. Every race has undergone trials, it's just some that complain non-stop. Blacks in the U.S. have gone from 600,000 at the end of the Civil War, where 800,000 whites died, to 30 million today. Not too bad. So you're holding it against the black people for having kids? What? How many generations are we removed from the Civil War? Give me a generation every 25 years. You know, and then give me, 2 to 4 kids, every generation, and poof, that looks about right. The hell, just because they were one number and now there's more of them. We white people had one small number and then poof, there were more of us. Imagine what Native Americans have to say about the expansion of white people across the U.S. There once was just a few cities on the East Coast, and then we were everywhere. Damn, dude. People are people. People are people. Alright. I am 44 minutes into this. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to hold my spot right here. I'm on a white 14-man little sub-thread with Gunderson and Tabunsu and Atacana. And then when I feel that the Excedrin is taking hold and my headache is going away, I will come back to this bullshit and deal with it some more. I'm only maybe a quarter of the way through. Fuck me.